killed him. That was someone's son, and I've got to live with that.
Look out for cyclists. That's someone's son. Visit someone's-son.co.uk for more information.
What do you look for in a carpet?
Well, it's got to look good and stand up to the kids.
Hillary's have a huge range of quality carpets.
Yeah, I think it was. Everyone's disappointed not to be playing, and that's why you train all week, is to play on Saturday, and I was no different. I don't like not playing. I don't think anyone will be the same if they do. But no, I felt like I did enough when I came on in the 2 games and did enough last week to hopefully get my place this week.
You started the season so well with that goal. When you got that goal against Swindon in 2 games, how have the lads reacted to that in training?
I think it's just it's a lot more positive around the place, and as soon as you get that first win, we had a good performance at Barnes where we didn't win, but Port Vale game was probably what we needed, and then last week I thought we played well and dominated the game for long spells and managed to win there as well.
It's going to be a tough one again, inevitably, against Fleetwood. Phil spoke about how it's likely to be a back 3 as a winger of the Championship club as well. Can you compare the 2 clubs in terms of how they go about things? Is there much different between how the 2 clubs operate?
Not really, no, I don't think there is. No, obviously Blackburn they were in the Premier League when I was there, and in the Championship more recently. But no, they're both well run and they're massive clubs, so no, it's been delightful for me to sign here, and hopefully we can push on.
Spent a lot of time in Yorkshire now, I'm guessing. How have you found that?
It's not too bad, yeah. Obviously, I've driven a few times from Preston way, so a lot of lads we jump.
I said that I'm not doing it now. Before, I can't tell you exactly how the response is over there, but I sense at the training ground, which is for me the most important. That's my working environment. It's my office. I think I sense there's a positivity around the place, and we have to do everything to keep that. You know, when we're winning, or when we maybe not winning. And I think that is the hard thing, and for us is to find that continuity. Last season it was shown a tremendous run of results, but then also shown a run of not getting performance and results. We need to make sure this year we are more consistent throughout the whole season, and that automatically will give us a better position in the league.
Proud to follow Leeds United.
Oh, get it! Get it!
BBC Radio Leeds.
West Yorkshire Sport, BBC Radio Leeds. Leeds United at home against Brentford. Exclusive FM commentary coming up in 10 minutes time, 92.4 FM. Freeview channel 719. Follow the Leeds United live blog as well, bbc.co.uk/Leeds for all the photos, match updates, comments from you, lots of debate on there as well, so make sure you're following that right throughout the afternoon. bbc.co.uk/Leeds. Keep your messages coming through. Hello to Gary, who says it should be a home banker today, 2-0 for me. Also hello to Declan, who's properly told me off for upsetting you. Says, how dare you insult the king of football? Fish and Chip Friday should be on you next week. 3-1 win today.
I'm going to have fish and chip 3 times.
Okay. I think that would be a suitable punishment. I will stump with fish and chips next Friday as punishment for rudeness. We heard Uwe Rosler there talking about the squad and how now he's looking for a bit of stability. Transfer window's closed now until January. He can work a bit with the players that he's got at his disposal, some of the younger players as well. And that kind of ties in with the news over the last couple of weeks that Paul Hart is now in charge of the academy. Now, I know you've talked about this on the Friday night show a bit on West Yorkshire Sport, but what did you make of Paul Hart getting that job and coming back to Elland Road again?
Yeah, I thought fantastic. You know, I enjoyed my time under him when I was here at the club. We managed to go on and win the FA Youth Cup final with him. You know, he's got a lot of experience, he's got a lot to offer the young boys. And it's nice for him to come back to a club. I'm sure everything's a lot different than when he was here last time, but, you know, he's been in full-time management. He's been, I know he's at the academy at Notts County as well, and then took over the reins when they were managerless there. But look, I think it's fantastic for the club to have him back. He knows a lot about the game, and I'm sure he'll have the same policies as Redders and bring the kids through.
Apparently, I've spoken to somebody today who's been working up there, and said, you know, it has been a good first 5 days from him.
Yeah.
Apparently, at the last time of looking, the under-16s that he was watching, they were leading 5-0 against Blackburn. I don't know how that's finished as well, so obviously that sort of thing helps. But yeah, I think the input has been good from what I'm hearing. Okay, it's only from one person so far, but yeah, he's got massive experience. And also, since he was last here, he's got all that management experience. He was at Palace, Portsmouth, others that he's sort of put in as well. But he seems to be, his particular skills are with bringing through academy or being in charge of academy teams, isn't it?
And is he the sort of person that you get the impression that he's quite keen to move with the times? All right, you know, I think he's 62 now, isn't he? But that's no barrier to this kind of talent and expertise that he brings to an academy.
You've got to think about age today, haven't you? It's not just me. He's not even here. He's just having a go at him.
Oh, there, mate.
No, not the exact opposite.
No, just leave it, Catherine, leave it.
The exact opposite. That he is sort of, he's quite happy to kind of embrace whatever new technologies and new ideas. And
Yes, I'm sure he knows how to use an iPhone, Catherine. I'm sure they've showed him at the home that I go to as well.
Oh no, what am I going to do with you two this afternoon? Right. Also, he's got a reputation for being quite a disciplinarian. Is that something that they need as kids?
Yeah, I think so. I think you need to have discipline. I mean, I remember one time I brought the roof down when I went to college, as it were, at Thomas Danby.
How did you do that?
It was with a bit of wood. And you know those like little polystyrene ceilings you get?
Yeah.
And I blobbed it up, and I was trying to knock one of the like square bits out. And I took the whole lot down, and he had me up against the wall.
Was that still standing?
Well, you know, I wasn't really expecting that, but he's very strong and disciplined. Which I think that, you know, I'm sure they couldn't go to college now and sit down ceilings.
Was it a building degree you were doing?
I was bored, mate. What do you want me to do? I'm not
Could
really
you
good
imagine him in a classroom? Could you imagine him in a classroom?
No.
Do you know what? I was really good at school.
I bet you weren't.
I really wasn't, no. I was a good laugher.
But the point is that lesson learned.
And I was consistently rubbish.
I bet you didn't do it again though, and that's the point.
No, I didn't. No, but that's the thing, isn't it? You know, it gives you a warning, but you do need discipline, you know, especially at that young age. Because I think, you know, when you're coming through the ranks and you get carried away with so much, you know, hype about yourself, that you need to keep yourself level-headed and your feet on the ground and concentrate on what your job is there. You know, you're trying to break into a first team and make a career for yourself at Leeds United. And he's definitely the right person to keep these lads on the straight and narrow and focused.
But equally not somebody that you would be scared of, you know, all right, he wouldn't take any messing about.
No, you wouldn't. I think you've got to have a fine balance. It's a bit like your mum and dad situation. I keep saying it, you know, your dad's the one that tells you off. You know, unless you've got a mum that just loves to give you a belt. Mine did a couple of times.
With a hairbrush.
But, sorry, I've got flashbacks of when I was a kid getting smacked by my mum.
Maybe you weren't so naughty.
But could you get away with being what he was 20 years ago, you know, now? I mean,
probably not.
Yeah.
No, not with all the, you know, with the FA and that the lads have got, you know, the options to.
There is one club interested in him, I think, and I would have thought it could be one of quite a few. But Rotherham does seem to be a reasonable fit for him at this stage. I don't know. He's not told me, but you wonder, don't you? Could it be? Could Rotherham be for him? He certainly wants to go back into management, I think, and why not? He's proved himself now.
We'll see what happens with that story. So the team's making their way out onto the pitch this afternoon.
Get it straight from Selco. Selco, it's when the trades glow.
We can break down the breakdown. We know the lineups and lineouts, tight heads and tight results. We know who's on the bench, who's benching what, and which number 10 is only a 6 out of 10. Don't miss the Times on Saturday for your Rugby World Cup wall chart and insights from the game's finest minds. The Times. Join the ultimate rugby team.
Treat your taste buds at one of the country's premier Indian restaurants at Cash Click Heaton. Our legendary buffet has over 54 mouth-watering dishes for only $12.95 per person, or just $13.95 every Thursday, Friday and Saturday, with our specialty full-cooked lamb available Thursdays. Share our passion for exquisite food at A Cash, just minutes off the M62 Junction 26. Book on 01274 878 866 or visit acashrestaurant.co.uk.
Get Pulse One on the move, wherever you are. Download our new free mobile app for iPhone and Android. In association with Resin Drives. Make your driveway beautiful, just in time for the bad weather. See resindrives.co.uk. Pulse One, weekends.
With Dickey's Tiles, King Cross, Halifax. Open 7 days a week. Save up to 75% off tiles right now.
every kick, every goal, every game.
Tries to deliver it across, sticks it out, back post, James hands it! City in front, gives it to Clark, who scores!
Exclusive full-match commentary of every Bradford City game, home and away. This is Pulse 1 Sports with Jason Thornton and Ian Big Sticks Ormondroyd.
Welcome along to Highbury Stadium. We are moments away from City against Fleetwood. The teams are just coming out. City in the all-black strip today, lining up immediately in front of us. 1,300 City supporters have made their way to the seaside this afternoon. They are packed behind the goal away to our left-hand side, and they are taking up a third of the main stand as well, immediately away to our left-hand side. This is the City team this afternoon, the same 11 that won the game at Oldham last week. It is Williams in goal, Derby, Burton, McCardle and Meredith. In midfield it is Morris, Little, Knott and Marshall, with the Vanti Cole up top alongside James Hanson. We've got to be careful what we say. Andy Cole has just taken his seat immediately behind us, Sticks. So let's hope his son has a good game this afternoon.
I'm sure he will. I'm sure he'll have a decent performance, and let's hope we can get a win. It's a big game, isn't it? We can start climbing that table. But it won't be easy, you know, these are obviously a decent side, but it's great the support, what fantastic support again we've got here. I mean, they're just superb down to the fans of 1,300 to the left of us. And
looks more, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It's a decent little crowd, actually, to say that. I mean, I think they only get sort of 3.5, don't the home fans most weeks.
Yep, this looks as though it's...
In 600 yards, leave the roundabout at the first exit.
There's not a seat spare on this left-hand side. It's packed behind that goal. It is the City supporters. You can hear Mark Lowe, the colour chairman, also behind us as well. So Sticks is on.
In 300 yards, leave the roundabout at the first exit.
It is bright sunshine and the conditions look pretty good, apart from a strong breeze blowing from right to left. We are just going through the pre-match formalities here, Sticks. We've started.
Leave at the first exit.
Certainly, as you can hear, Parkinson's Bradford Abbey's wrapping up the...
Now, leave the exit.
Every game, but we have seemed to be at it from the first whistle. It's been the second half, the consistency across 90 minutes. We struggled certainly early on in the campaign.
Yeah, that's right, but it's improved, hasn't it, as time's gone by, and you want that fast start though, don't you? You want to be the best team coming out the blocks, and we've certainly been that. You've got to do it over the 90 minutes, and you get judged on that, but no, I'm certainly impressed by the team and the squad that we've got at the moment, but it doesn't matter what you've got on paper. Players have got to go out there and cross that white line and do it out on the field.
Time to just rattle through Bart's.
Terrible weather conditions are being blamed for a crane collapse in the Muslim holy city of Mecca yesterday, which killed 107 people who were gathered there.
In 3/4 of a mile, leave the roundabout at the second exit.
When the crane toppled onto the Grand Mosque during a storm. A leading expert says IVF clinics are exploiting women who decide to freeze their eggs in the hope of having children later. Lord Robert Winston says that in very many cases, they never get a warning about the scarily small chance of actually becoming pregnant. Former X-Factor judge Tanita has reportedly been
by the seaside. Not sure
Slightly warmer
at the moment. We are about
in 600 yards, leave